Hey everyone, it's Scott here from the fragrance channel, Scott Aromatico. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here today. It really means the world to me. And as if you couldn't tell, I am so hyped, guys. I am super excited to be joining you. I hope everybody's doing okay. But as you can tell from the thumbnail, guys, today I am joined by my very special guest. This is a gentleman who needs no introduction. He is working with some of the great perfumers in the fragrance industry. He's working with none other than Christian Petrovich from the House of Argos. He's got the ear of Aaron Terrence Hughes. So he's working with all kinds of amazing people. He's collaborating with all the celebrity YouTubers, guys. And I'm super excited to be joining with Brian today from My Two Cents. And boy, we are doing a fun topic. We are going to be talking about our 10 favorite fragrances that we fell in love with on first sniff. So, without any further ado, let me go ahead and turn it over to my good friend, an amazing reviewer, Brian from My Two Cents. And by the way, make sure you guys check him out, like and subscribe to all his stuff on YouTube, and also go over and check him out on Instagram. I'll put a link down below in the description so you guys can find him easily. All right, Brian, back to you.
What's going on, guys? Hope each and every one of you are doing great today. I'm sure Scott just got done hyping me up, singing my praises. Well, Scott, thank you so stinking much. It is an honor and a true privilege for me to be on your channel. I'm so excited, man. This is actually my first collab video. So if anything, Scott, thank you so much for popping my collab video cherry. I couldn't imagine doing it with anybody else, so thank you so stinking much. In fact, if anything, this is a freaking dream for me. So let me tell you a little bit about Scott. I've been following Scott Aromatico since the beginning of his fragrance journey, since he started his channel, and man, I'm going to tell you what, it has been one hell of a ride. So much so, I make it part of my daily routine. Gotta have my cup of joe and get my daily dose of Scott Aromatico, just like you should. So do yourselves a favor and hit that subscribe button and join Scott's amazing fragrance journey. But that is enough of me gushing all over the place, because I think we're here to talk about some fragrances, and fragrances that were a love at first sniff. So which ones made the list? Well, let's find out in today's Whiffs and Sniffs. First fragrance that was love at first sniff for me comes from the house of Nishane, and it's Hacivat. A lot of people consider Creed Aventus the king of their fragrance kingdom. Well, Hacivat is the king of my fragrance kingdom. I love Hacivat. Yeah, it smells a little bit like Aventus, actually quite a bit. But the aspects of Aventus that aren't really my jam, Hacivat makes up for. I love oak moss. I love classic style fragrances. And this right here is an amazing chypre. Fruity pineapple up top. You're also going to get some grapefruit. There's a little bit of jasmine in there. But the oak moss and the woods are really what just draw me and keep me coming back and sniffing the atomizer as much as possible. Because Hacivat is fantastic. Very long lasting fragrance on my skin. It checks all the boxes for me. And I remember the first time that I sprayed it and I wore it. And I fell head over heels. I was smitten like a kitten, man. Hacivat is fantastic. If you have not checked it out yet, do yourself a favor, get a sample, get a decant, and give it a test drive. So first up, Nishane Hacivat. Coming in at the number 2 spot. You guys know what it is? Well, you should, because it's Viktor and Rolf Spice Bomb OG. Now, I know probably a lot of you are like, wait a second, what about Spice Bomb Extreme? Well, I'll tell you what. I've gotten more attention, more compliments, if you will, from Spice Bomb than any of the flankers. If it wasn't for Spice Bomb, none of the flankers, Spice Bomb Extreme would never have been created. The Night Vision Eau de Parfum would never have been created. And Infrared, yeah, never would have been created. The OG is so good. You're going to get this paprika, you get cinnamon, you get some grapefruit up top. Of course, you got tobacco. I love Spice Bomb. One of the most iconic bottles. My friend Lindsay told me that I needed to get this because women love it, and she was right. At the time and up until now, Spice Bomb is one of my most complimented fragrances. It's definitely garnered me a lot of attention because I rock it with confidence. And if you rock this with confidence, it's going to do what it needs to do. It's going to get you compliments. And it was a love at first sniff for me. As soon as I smelled it, I was like, yep, I'm going to rock this as much as possible. So next up, Spice Bomb OG, baby. The next one is a brand new one to my collection. But man, as soon as I sprayed it, it blew me away. This is my number 1 niche pickup of 2021. It's expensive, but it's amazing. And it comes from Fragrance Du Bois, and it's Producer Michael. Now, Producer Michael is also another YouTuber, but he does watches and mansions. He basically shows you the lavish life of the rich and famous. And he created a fragrance with Fragrance Du Bois. And it is one of the best fragrances I've ever got my nose on. I fell head over heels. I fell madly in love with this fragrance as soon as I sprayed it. This is such a beast. It is such a powerful fragrance, but it's such a powerful statement maker. You have this amazing floral blend. You're also going to have this cooling cardamom that adds a little bit of a spice. You also have this really nice cooling smoke. You have this beautiful leather and the benzoin. The benzoin in this is miraculous, splendiferous, fantastic. All the adjectives that go with awesome. That's what producer Michael is. I hope that they continue making this because I will always have a bottle of it. It has become one of my favorite signature scents because, I mean, that's exactly what it is. It is the perfect signature scent. You could wear it anytime, any season, casual to formal. Producer Michael has got you covered. But like I said, it is expensive. Definitely get yourself a sample or a decant. Lucky Scent right now has got the discovery set with all the new Fragrance du Bois releases. And I'll tell you what, they're all worth a whiff and sniff. So next up, Producer Michael from Fragrance du Bois. This next one is my only 10 out of 10. It is one of the fragrances that I will always have in my collection. It was love at first sniff because it got me into getting all the niche fragrances. And it's technically a designer, but it's niche quality. And it's Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. If you've watched any of my episodes or you've been following my channel or my Instagram, you probably would know that Tobacco Vanille is one of my #1 fragrances. It's my 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece. It is the fragrance that I remember putting my nose on, smelling it and being like, what is this wizardry? How do they make fragrances smell like this? And then I went down the rabbit hole. Tobacco, vanilla. Obviously, it's Tobacco Vanille, but it's so much more than that. You also have these really nice spices, and the way that the vanilla wraps itself around the dried fruits in it adds a nice cognac or almost boozy quality to it. But you're getting two types of tobacco in this. You get tobacco leaf and also tobacco blossom. So you get a little bit of an ashy tobacco with that nice dry sweet tobacco. Tobacco Vanille, my opinion, masterpiece. Long lasting on my skin. I will always have a bottle of this. If they discontinue this, then I'm gonna have to buy all the bottles, like a freaking case of bottles before they do. If you have not yet, definitely get your nose on Tobacco Vanille. You can get samples, you can get decants, hell, you can get clones and dupes. It's been cloned and duped all over the place, but Tobacco Vanille is a 10 out of 10 for me, and it was a love at first sniff. So this next one hasn't even been released yet. In fact, it gets released on 2/22/22. So you're getting a little sneak peek. And it's Aaron Terrence Hughes, and it's Raw Cherry. You know what? I'm going to do something here. If you love cherry in your fragrance, Raw Cherry is right up your alley. But you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to review this. I'm not going to tell you any more about it. Because I know Mr. Scott Aromatico has got a decant because I sent it to him. So I want Scott to tell you about Raw Cherry. So all I'm going to say is creamy cherry. If you're a fan of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, you're going to love this. But anyways, I'm going to leave the review up to Scott. He should have it out soon. So definitely keep your eye out for Raw Cherry, and also keep your eye out on my channel because I will be going live with Aaron Terrence Hughes in the next week or so, talking about his Valentine's release and also talking about Raw Cherry. So stay tuned because this is definitely worth a whiff and sniff. So Scott, ball's in your court. Now you got to review it, brother, and I look forward to it. But there it is, guys. Those are my 5 fragrances that were a love at first sniff. Scott, thank you so stinking much for having me on your channel, man. You're an amazing friend, an amazing reviewer, such a humble human being, and man, I stinking love you. For those of you watching, give Scott a sub and show him some love. But that's it for me. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and always remember you're stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.
That was an absolute amazing list. I love your 5 choices. Those are some absolute fire fragrances that when I smelled them too, I instantly fell in love. Man, you cannot go wrong with Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. It is an absolutely amazing tobacco fragrance. I love how sweet it is. I love how beautifully blended it is. And you also cannot go wrong with the original Gangster, the OG Spice Bomb. That is such a great fragrance as well. And yes, you are right. I am so excited and cannot wait to review the brand new, that's right, the brand new 2022 Aaron Terrence Hughes Raw Cherry. That was a great little overview of that one, Brian, and I can't wait to go in more detail with that fragrance. And I'll be dropping that video on Monday, so guys, make sure you stay tuned for that one as well. Okay, guys, here you go. Here's my 5 fragrances I absolutely fell in love with at first sniff to round out our 10. And coming in at number 1, guys, needs no introduction. Anybody who knows my channel knows this fragrance is synonymous with my channel. Guys, none other than Signature Pour Homme by George Zaharoff. This fragrance is absolutely amazing in every way possible. In fact, it's so amazing, I already blew through this bottle, and now we're on to this one as well. Fragrance is so, so good. Let's go ahead and spray it. Guys, I love it. Okay, what can I say? Just to make this video quick, this is an absolute lavender bomb. It's so good, guys. There's myrrh in here. There's frankincense to give it a little bit of smokiness, but it's not an overpowering smokiness. Man, there's some oud in here. There's some sweetness coming from some vanilla. There's a creamy sandalwood in here. This fragrance is so versatile. It's so old school. It is so gorgeous, but it's not old school to where any modern man today could not wear this fragrance. It is so elegant. It's so luxurious, guys. It is so refined and blended to perfection. The lavender in this fragrance is so beautiful. So the first time I ever got my nose on this, man, I was completely floored and wowed and got suckered in by Zaharoff's genius working with Claudeur. It is absolutely amazing, guys. So get a bottle of this if you want to command attention and get noticed, because the lavender in here is so amazing. Guys, I love it. I fell in love with it right away, and I think you will too, so go ahead and check them out. All right, next fragrance on my list, guys. One of the very first fragrances I bought, I think this is the third fragrance I bought in my fragrance collection when I think back to over a year ago. This was recommended to me by Jeremy Fragrance. I just recently did a whole line review on this fragrance, so go ahead and check it out. Guys, this is none other than Guerlain L'Homme Ideal, and this one happens to be the EDP concentration. Wow. When I tell you this fragrance is amazing, it is absolutely gorgeous. Let's go ahead and spray it. Amazing atomizer. Here's what you need to know about this fragrance. It is gourmandish in nature. Gourmand means basically so good you could eat it. Of course, you don't want to eat this fragrance, but man, is it so yummy. It is so tempting. It is so delectable. It is so sexy. And this fragrance right here is perfect for Valentine's coming up. You are going to impress when you wear this fragrance. It is so cozy. It is so sweet. You've got cherries just bursting all through this fragrance, mixed with an almond note, mixed with vanilla, mixed with creamy sandalwood. You cannot beat this fragrance. I fell in love with it instantly. And honestly, this bottle is so good, I also have a backup as well. That's how good these fragrances are. And I remember, guys, getting this fragrance for the first time and just absolutely being wowed and blown away. It is that good for me. One of my favorite fragrances, perfect for the winter time. It is so good, guys. Fall, winter is when this works absolutely the best. So give it a try if you've never gotten your nose on L'Homme Ideal by Guerlain. This is the EDP. All right, third fragrance I fell in love with instantly when I sniffed it. I was so glad I got a bottle of this when I did. It is gorgeous. This one is from the house of Chanel, and this is Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Guys, to me, this is a very versatile fragrance. You can wear it all year round whenever you want to. It is such an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, citrusy scent. Let's spray it. Oh, man. It's just absolutely so bright and airy and fresh on the top, and that is coming from the blast of citrus that you get immediately. There's some mint in here. The mint is not dialed up. It's just right where it's supposed to. This fragrance is blended so good. There's some sandalwood. You get in the theme. There's a lot of sandalwood in the fragrances I like. There's a lot of sandalwood in here that makes it creamy. There's some vanilla. That vanilla is coming from tonka bean. Tonka bean is a smell that's very reminiscent of vanilla, but mixed with the woodiness that's coming with this on the dry down, the sandalwood, the vanilla, the creamy lemony scent that you get out of this fragrance. It is so clean and so fresh, so mass appealing. This fragrance right here can be worn for just about any occasion, in my opinion. You can wear it to a wedding, you can wear it to the office, you can wear it to the gym. It's so gorgeous. I absolutely love this fragrance the first time I ever smelled it. That is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. All right, next fragrance on the list that I absolutely fell in love with, and I actually, to be honest with you, I could substitute this for Triumph of Bacchus, but today we're going to talk about the House of Argos, and we're going to talk about Danae. Guys, this fragrance is so gorgeous. This bottle is so luxurious. It's so heavy in my hand. So let's go ahead and spray it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So gorgeous, so refined. It has a bright, lemony, citrusy opening that is absolutely amazing, guys. It is so gorgeous, it'll keep you coming back for more. Man, I fell in love with this scent right away. There's some very gorgeous, sweet, sticky cistus. The patchouli in here is an absolute patchouli bomb. This is one of the best patchoulis I've ever gotten my nose on. It is so well blended, guys. Absolutely amazing. It's a bit musky. And of course, there's that creaminess once again from the sandalwood. Oh my goodness, guys. And you know, I feel like this fragrance, it's so heavy, it's so dense, it's so thick, it's blended so well. Look at this juice. But honestly, because of that lemony opening, it's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like you can wear this all year round. I feel like it's a very versatile fragrance. You don't have to be just stuck wearing it in the wintertime, although it is a bit heavy. I do really feel like you can get away with wearing this all year round. If anything, you can definitely wear it in spring, fall, and winter, and maybe early on into the summer. But it is a very versatile fragrance and an absolute compliment machine. And this one goes 8+ hours on my skin, so it is gorgeous. All right, last but not least, guys, none other than the house of Versace, a designer house. This one is Homme. It's one of the very first fragrances I ever bought. This fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. This is my backup bottle. Here is the one I'm working on right now. Now, this fragrance is not as versatile as some of the others. It's best worn in the summertime. Guys, this one is so fresh, so clean. There's something about this that's aquatic, although aquatic is not listed in the notes, but it is absolutely gorgeous fragrance. Let me go ahead and spray it. Another bright opening. I really, really love these bright openings with these fragrances. So citrusy with the lemon and the bergamot. A little bit of musk in here. Just a nice sweetness, probably coming from vanilla and tonka, but it is so well blended. It is a masterpiece by none other than the perfumer Alberto Marias. It's one of my favorite staples for the summertime. Every time I wear this fragrance, I get about 6 hours on my skin. You know, it's about an arm's length projection, but man, I get some compliments when I wear this. I really do. I was wearing this one day through the store, and I walked by a lady in the men's department. She said, "Man, I want to follow you. You smell amazing." So guys, this one is so fresh. It's so citrusy. It's so clean, slightly aquatic to me, but that's just my nose. And just a bit musky. I really, really love this fragrance, guys, and I think you will too. And I fell in love with it instantly. So for that reason, I had to include this one on the list. Guys, this was a hard choice, Lanos. I had so many fragrances to look at, and it's hard to just pick 5. But Brian, thank you so much for joining me. Man, it really means the world to me to be working with you. You're one of the bright stars in the fragrance community, and I was so glad that we were able to do this video, so thank you for working with me. Guys, go ahead and check out Brian over at My 2 Cents. He doesn't need me hyping him up because his channel is exploding, but please, it doesn't matter. I don't care how big, how small you are. I'll work with anybody, and please go on over and check out his channel because it's really, really exploding, and he's also on Instagram. Again, I'll put the link down in the description below. Well, listen, guys, if you want to be a part of my fragrance family, we want you. We want you over here. We want to learn from you. We want to grow with you. We want to have fun with you talking about fragrances. So all you got to do is hit that subscribe button down below. Go ahead and hit the bell notification so the video gets in your feed. And please, if you got any value today from the video, you know you did, hit the thumbs up button, and we'll see you guys next time. We love you so much. I'm sure Brian won't mind when we both say we love you. We'll see you guys next time. Peace, love, ciao. Stay tuned for my up-and-coming video by Aaron Terrence Hughes, Raw Cherry.